That's right. We're leaving Donut. We're starting our own channel, our very own channel. And this is it. Big time. This is our first video.
For nearly a decade, Donut Media dominated car YouTube. Millions of subscribers, iconic series, and a level of influence that made it feel impossible to compete with. Then, in 2024, a brand new channel called BigTime entered the scene, and within months, it was pulling more views, more engagement, and more excitement than Donut itself. Here's the strange part. Donut still has over 9 million subscribers, while BigTime has only a fraction of that. Yet when both channels upload, BigTime is often the one winning the algorithm and the audience. So how did a channel started by former Donut hosts begin outperforming one of the biggest automotive brands on YouTube?
And then one day I woke up and I was like, I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, why do we got it? Hold on, we don't got to do this no more. That's the stuff I miss. And I think, you know, when you get acquired by people who are like professionals and they're more like business type, you lose a little bit of that.
The answer has less to do with numbers and everything to do with how car content and car audiences have fundamentally changed. Donut Media didn't start as a corporate giant. Back in 2015, it was a scrappy, passion-driven channel built around charismatic hosts and genuinely smart formats. Shows like Up to Speed, Wheelhouse, and Money Pit turned car history, engineering, and DIY builds into must-watch content. The mix of humor and real automotive knowledge helped Donut grow from viral videos into one of YouTube's most respected car channels. That changed in late 2021 when Donut Media was acquired by Recurrent Ventures. Not long after, longtime viewers started noticing a shift. The channel moved away from enthusiast-driven content and leaned harder into highly produced, viral-friendly ideas.
Today we're doing car trivia. We talk about cars for a living, but how well do we actually know car trivia?
Game show style challenges and formulaic concepts began replacing deeper builds and technical series. To many fans, it felt like Donut was trying to become Mr. Beast with cars, trading authenticity for spectacle. The reaction was immediate. Comment sections and threads filled with frustration, with viewers calling the new videos shallow, gimmicky, and disconnected from what made Donut special in the first place. Fans asked the channel to return to its roots, while others openly said the soul of Donut was gone. The tone had changed, broader, safer, more sponsor-friendly, and in the process, it began pushing away the hardcore car enthusiasts who built the channel in the first place. Behind the scenes, those content changes lined up with deeper internal shifts. After the acquisition, the original Donut team found themselves working inside a more corporate structure. Ideas needed approval, budgets, and ROI mattered more, and the creative freedom that once defined the channel slowly disappeared. By mid-2024, that pressure reached a breaking point. On June 21st, 2024, Jobe and Jeremiah Burton announced they were leaving Donut Media to start their own independent channel, BigTime. In their farewell video, they were clear about why Donut had become too corporate, and they wanted the freedom to make the kind of content they actually believed in.
We wanted to make sure you guys know that this is 100% our doing, our creative, our decisions, good, bad, and different.
Our money.
Yeah, this is us. This is something we've been, I don't know, very nervous about for a long time. Yeah,
the split was respectful and public, but it marked a familiar moment in digital media, when creators walk away because the environment no longer supports creativity. Just weeks later, the shift became impossible to ignore. In August 2024, James Pumphrey, Donut's most recognizable face and the driving force behind Up to Speed, also left the company after nearly a decade.
I don't work at Donut anymore, and I haven't for a while.
He launched a new independent channel, Speed, alongside Donut's former creative director. Industry coverage pointed out the pattern. Once channels are sold, creative talent often follows the same path, corporate control increases, creativity gets squeezed, and the people who built the brand leave to start over. By the end of 2024, Donut Media had lost 3 of its most important personalities in rapid succession. The brand still had millions of subscribers, but to many fans, the heart of Donut had splintered. BigTime became the new home for 2 of those creators, and a direct response to everything they felt Donut had lost. From day one, BigTime made its direction clear. Instead of chasing viral challenges or high-concept ideas, the channel leaned hard into what originally made Donut successful: the genuine and relatable car enthusiasm. BigTime went back to the garage. Real builds, real wrenching, and real problems. Fans immediately recognized the shift. The early videos felt familiar in the best way. reminding viewers of driveway builds and old-school project car content that had slowly disappeared from mainstream car YouTube. The channel's foundation was personal projects with real stakes. Zach's long-abandoned Nissan 240SX became a centerpiece, echoing the appeal of Money Pit, but without corporate pacing or polish. This time, they controlled the tone, the timeline, and the story. Mistakes stayed in. Setbacks weren't hidden. The builds felt honest because they were. BigTime also widened the scope without losing focus. Alongside cars, the channel features motorcycles, oddball projects, and even a semi-truck named Chewy. Instead of feeling random, the variety reinforced the idea that BigTime wasn't about a niche, it was about being a gearhead. The production stayed clean and professional, but the videos never felt overproduced. Titles like We Got Robbed leaned into unpredictability rather than hype, and viewers appreciated the transparency. Community became another key difference. From the start, Zach and Jeremiah invited fans into the process through Discord and direct engagement. When they involved viewers in projects or giveaways, it felt earned, not staged. Even their challenge-style videos focused on the experience rather than artificial drama, which helped build trust instead of skepticism. Most importantly, BigTime brought back relatability. The projects used realistic budgets, normal garages, and problems that actual car enthusiasts recognize. Viewers weren't watching fantasy builds, they were watching something achievable. As many fans pointed out, while Donut's builds started to feel out of reach, BigTime felt like something you could attempt yourself. That sense of inclusion, more than anything, became BigTime's biggest advantage. So what happened to Donut Media after losing its biggest faces? The channel didn't collapse. With millions of subscribers still in place, Donut pushed forward, bringing in new hosts and reshuffling roles. Nolan Sykes stepped into a leadership position and became the primary on-screen presence, signaling that the channel had heard the criticism. Donut teased a return to more car-focused content, promising ambitious projects and builds meant to recapture the creativity that once defined the channel. In reality, the results have been mixed. Some legacy formats like High-Low continued, Pass Gas remained a staple for longtime fans, and Donut still produced explainers and list-style videos. But the overall reception has been noticeably colder. View counts often lag behind what you'd expect from a channel of Donut's size, especially when compared directly to BigTime. Around BigTime's launch, a Donut giveaway video struggled to break a few thousand views, while BigTime's straightforward engine rebuild crossed way more than that the same day. That pattern hasn't changed much since. The issue isn't effort, it's connection. Content that feels overly commercial or gimmicky tends to underperform, while hands-on builds and real repairs consistently win viewers back. Fans have been blunt about it, pointing out that giveaway challenges rarely land, while engine rebuilds and project cars almost always do. Donut also faces a deeper problem, replacing personalities. James Pumphrey, Zach Jobe, and Jeremiah Burton weren't just hosts, they were the emotional core of the channel. When they left, a portion of the audience left with them, many migrating straight to BigTime. Donut didn't mean to create a competitor, but the talent exodus effectively did just that. Now, the channel is trying to rebuild its identity on the strength of the brand alone, and in the eyes of viewers, the comparison to BigTime has turned into an unavoidable rivalry over authenticity and soul. One of the clearest signs that BigTime is outperforming Donut is audience engagement, and the numbers make it impossible to ignore. When BigTime launched, the response was immediate and overwhelming. Within hours, its debut video was pulling hundreds of thousands of views, easily outpacing Donut uploads released at the same time. Within a day, BigTime crossed the 1 million view mark, while Donut's comparable videos stalled far lower. That pattern repeated again and again. Despite having a fraction of Donut's subscriber count, BigTime was consistently winning head-to-head. The reaction wasn't just in views, it was loud. Threads exploded with excitement for BigTime and frustration toward Donut. Fans openly joked that Donut made a massive mistake letting Zach and Jeremiah walk. Within days, BigTime's subscriber count surged at an unprecedented rate, reportedly crossing 1 million subscribers in under a week. Since then, the channel has continued to grow rapidly, regularly pulling hundreds of thousands, and often over 1 million views per upload. For a channel of its size, that level of engagement is rare and signals real loyalty, not passive subscriptions. By comparison, Donut's engagement has cooled. With over 9 million subscribers, many recent uploads struggle to hit the numbers BigTime reaches easily. Discussion around Donut increasingly focuses on what the channel used to be, while BigTime dominates conversations with praise for its old-school Donut feel. At one point, Donut's own subreddit became a running scoreboard comparing view counts, and BigTime kept winning. Just as important as the numbers is the tone. Big Time's comments are filled with positivity, excitement, and viewers saying the videos make them want to work on their own cars. Donut's recent uploads, while still watched, often draw mixed reactions, complaints about clickbait, ads, or content that feels disconnected from real enthusiasts. The difference is emotional. Big Time feels personal and community-driven. Donut increasingly feels like mass-market content, and in car YouTube, that difference matters more than subscriber counts ever could. Stylistically, Big Time and Donut Media now sit in very different lanes. Big Time leans into a polished but real DIY feel. The production is clean but intentionally imperfect, with handheld shots in the engine bay, greasy hands, moments of frustration, and problems that don't get edited away. The pacing is slower and more relaxed, letting viewers follow the process instead of rushing to the payoff. When something goes wrong, the audience feels it with the hosts, which makes the eventual success more satisfying. The tone is casual and fraternal, driven by Zach and Jeremiah's natural chemistry as friends who genuinely enjoy working on cars. Donut Media, on the other hand, has stayed heavily produced. Fast cuts, graphics, structured challenges, and reality TV-style setups remain a core part of the channel. While the production is slick, many fans feel that polish comes at the expense of spontaneity. Since James Pumphrey's departure, Donut's humor has also shifted. Nolan Sykes brings a more grounded, informative style.
The winner is Tesla Cybertruck! Congratulations. Good for you, Elon.
Yeah.
You guys suck. Congrats.
But the explosive energy that once defined Donut is harder to replicate. As a result, the content can feel more constructed, less like car people filming their passion, and more like a media company producing car videos. These stylistic choices directly affect viewer loyalty. Big Time story-driven builds encourage longer watch times and consistently returning viewers. Donut's viral-friendly approach can still pull in casual clicks, but it doesn't always create the same attachment. Ironically, Donut built its early success on serialized, enthusiast-focused content, the very format Big Time is now using to win audiences back. When you look at the timeline and the numbers, the shift becomes hard to ignore. Donut Media exploded between 2015 and 2021, climbing to roughly 8 million subscribers before its acquisition, and regularly pulling million-view videos during its peak. By late 2025, the channel sat around 9.2 million subscribers, a surprisingly modest increase considering how massive the brand already was. That slowdown lines up closely with the post-acquisition era and the loss of key talent. Big Time's growth, by comparison, has been the opposite. Launched in mid-2024, the channel went from 0 to 1 million subscribers in a matter of days or weeks, and continued climbing past 1.5 million within its first year. By the end of 2025, Big Time was approaching 1.8 million subscribers, with momentum still accelerating. Its view counts tell the same story. Many Big Time uploads cross 1 million views, and even smaller videos reliably land in the hundreds of thousands. Donut still has reach, but consistency has become the issue. Some uploads perform well, especially familiar formats, while others struggle to break out. Big Time, on the other hand, treats each upload like an event, which keeps averages high and engagement strong. Likes, comments, and retention all point to an active, invested audience. What's striking is how closely Big Time's rise mirrors Donut's early success, except this time, the creators launched with an existing fan base and firsthand knowledge of what went wrong before. Donut now finds itself in the rare position of being the established giant trying to regain momentum, while the smaller, more agile channel it helped create continues to gain ground. So far, the advantage clearly belongs to the upstart. The Big Time versus Donut story isn't happening in a vacuum. It reflects a much larger shift in car YouTube and how audiences interact with content. Over the years, many automotive channels grew from passion projects into polished media brands backed by outside investors. That growth brought higher production value, but it also introduced a familiar problem. As channels became more corporate, they often drifted away from the authenticity that made people care in the first place. Donut's path mirrors what happened with channels like Car Throttle and Hoonigan, where fans followed the creators when they left, not the brand. What audiences seem to want now is simple, authenticity, and relatability. Flashy production still matters, but only when it supports real enthusiasm and useful storytelling. Big Time hits that balance by showing achievable builds, real mistakes, and genuine passion. The backlash Donut faced over game show formats and heavy sponsorships shows there's a limit to how much car fans want YouTube to feel like reality TV. Many viewers come to car content specifically to escape that. Another key shift is where loyalty lives. Viewers follow people, not logos. Donut proved this unintentionally when its most recognizable hosts left. A large part of the audience followed them. BigTime is built entirely around that personal connection, while Donut now has to rely more heavily on brand recognition alone. At the same time, this isn't a zero-sum game. Car YouTube is big enough for both to exist. Some fans hope Donut finds its footing again while BigTime continues to grow. In the end, the competition benefits viewers. It forces channels to listen, adapt, and stay connected to the community. And right now, BigTime is outperforming Donut Media because it returned to what actually works. Authentic, relatable car content made by creators who genuinely care. Zach and Jeremiah built BigTime using what they learned at Donut while avoiding the corporate direction that pushed many fans away. The response was immediate, fast growth, strong views, and a community that feels invested again. Donut, meanwhile, shifted toward mass market content, lost key talent, and saw part of its audience leave with them. The speed of that reversal is telling. In just a few years, Donut went from the top of car YouTube to trying to regain momentum, while BigTime rose from nothing into a real competitor. It proves one thing clearly. In car YouTube, passion and authenticity still matter more than polish. Tuna No Crust, signing off.